Hey, beautiful souls of the Wake Up, the YouTube channel, an extension of Angelic Love and Light. And for all of you seeing this on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you are seeing this, if something drawed your attention to this video, it means that there's a message for you within it. So let's dive right in. And before we get started quickly, if you want to hear more energy updates, spiritual topics, go ahead, hit the follow button, subscribe, whatever the keywords are for that. Feel free to share this link to anybody else as well. And leave your comments. I do like to answer comments or make additional videos from comments that people leave me, questions as well in the comments. So feel free to leave some questions that you have. All right, so everybody's talking about today's date. And if you guys don't know me, first of all, my name is Ashley Escobar. I'm the owner of Angelic Love and Light. I do a lot within my business, but one part of my business is I am an astrology guru, and I like to connect the energy in kind of in a practical way. I've become really good in the last year to 2 years in speaking the dialect that many people do that goes above a lot of people's head, to be able to reach more people and more audience so that they can hear in a very practical way and break down that lingo and language in a very realistic way so that you too can gain something from it. You don't have to be spiritual. You don't have to be on your awakening journey. You could be an everyday person and just learn something from this content. So you may or may not hear about today's date, peaking of the Lionsgate portal. I like to share truths and kind of clarify certain facts that are on the internet that aren't always worded right or factual. And it's kind of like my really rigid way of actually teaching properly, because there is a lot of false information out there, and you've got to fact check and you've got to be able to trust your resources. So today is not just the Lionsgate portal. That's the very first fact that I want to kind of myth I want to bust here. Lionsgate portal has been open, and we're going to break down that dialogue because it sounds, just that alone sounds like it would repel a million people away from learning about it. And when you break it down, it's a lot more obvious of what it is. So the Lionsgate portal actually started July 26th, and it goes until August 13th. And today the energy peaks. Today the energy peaks on 8/8. So with anything, we've got momentum. Everything is energy. It builds. Today it peaks. So today isn't just the Lionsgate portal. It's the day that the energy peaks the most during that time frame that I just gave you. So let's break down, before we get any further, what the Lionsgate portal means. So lions, because it's in Leo season, it's in Leo season every single year. There are certain patterns within astrological energy transits and happenings, and so it's always in Leo seasons. Lion's Gate, a gate because it's a metaphor for an opening from, or opportunity, if you will. And then portal. Portal sounds the most mystic, that everybody gets all worked up about. A portal, if you look it up by definition, is an opening, a new beginning, a chance. Okay, so it's this heightened energetic time that has been around for centuries, dating back to the Egyptians. And a lot of people who already know about this energy incorporate the energy with their healing journey, or just growing and evolving as a human being, to also help the world grow and evolve as well. So with, of course, no opportunity is just like drowning magic on us. And that's how a lot of people talk about it. And I'm not judging them for talking about it, because it is very magical. It is very special, but there is no energy that just falls from the sky and just hands you anything. It requires action. So I broke down the lingo. I want to break down the numerology, because the numerology plays a lot into it. It's every year on 8/8. 8 in numerology stands for infinity. But even more so, we've got, so today's the 8th month, the 8th day, and it's enhanced even more than it is every year because we're in the year of 8. What do I mean by that? That's another language that people don't understand in numerology. When you hear it's an 8-year, if you add up 2 plus 2, or 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, 2024, it equals 8. So we are 888 as of numerology today, which just enhances it a little bit even more than it already is. Fun fact, today's energy is actually even more opportunistic than 1111. And that is like the second highest numerology day where the opportunities are there for you to act on and use and utilize the energy that is behind it for your highest good. It's all about intention, guys. And so what is an infinite ability of? Abundance, which is every single person's birthright. Power. And I want to talk about that for a second, because when you hear power, power is often associated with the ego or in a very negative way. And that's not what we're referring to. We're talking about from your authentic self, from your pure self. That power represents, to the root level, gaining back what you deserve or what your potential is. That is your power. And so there's just this enhanced energy behind the numerology, especially like I mentioned. Now, when this happens, what is going on up in the cosmos? Earth, the planet that we live on, and the sun. The sun is all of our egos, and the sun has very powerful energies to begin with. So it taps into the ego within all of us. That's where we get our sun sign from. The earth, the sun are in perfect alignment. Imagine earth and the sun being in line, okay? Because a lot of people are visual. That's why it's hard for them to grasp these vast concepts that aren't that vast if you really break it down the way I do. And then we have a third player, which it boils down to. Cyrus. Cyrus is known as the spiritual sun, okay? Cyrus gives an energy surge of abilities and possibilities and opportunities. It's almost like a guiding light. That's what the Egyptians referred to Cyrus, the spiritual sun, because if you think of the sun as like ego, Cyrus, the spiritual sun, is representing the energy codes and the frequency of God, higher power, unconditional love, that frequency. Okay, that's all the same, but has many different names. And that's why sometimes religious people don't want to tap into certain things because they're not seeing the purity of spirituality. Spirituality and religion are very merged at a very high frequency level. And so Cyrus is in line with the earth and the sun as well. And what does this do? It brings, because the sun offers us every single day light codes. And that's another thing that people hear and they're like, oh, that sounds like weird or witchy or whatever they say and judge it for. But to break it down on a very practical level, the light codes, the sun holds energy. There are literal energy that we can't see with our eye. The human eyes cannot see a lot of things on the spectrum. These codes enhance our DNA at a cellular level, and that has been scientifically proven and backed, okay? And that's all I'm going to get into with that. So the sun, why do you think the sun is so beneficial for you in your mood, in your energy? The sun is in line with Cyrus, the spiritual sun that offers kind of calming that ego down and this possibility of enhancing yourself, your spiritual journey, your growth, your evolution, and where the world is going to. And this happens every single year. The Egyptians talked about how it's an opportunity of transformation, more so than every single day, because let's face facts, every single day we have opportunities to level up, to take action. But certain days of the year in seasonal patterns are a little bit more special and heightened by that. So why is this important? Well, for one pure fact, this opportunity of the energy that it is can empower you to become more in alignment. Let's break that down, because some people are like, alignment, I'm not a car, I don't need an alignment. Yes, you do. Not everybody is in alignment. You could be in a funk. You could feel very stuck for a long time. You could be around people, places, and things that no longer are serving where you want to go. Because what people don't realize, when you're thinking of all the things you want and the life you want to create for yourself and who you want to be at your authentic level each and every day and year, as that grows and shifts, you have to be in alignment with that. Your energy frequency has to match with where the vehicle is going. And you can't do that until you get yourself into alignment on a physical, mental, and spiritual level. Also energetic. So who does this help? It helps you. It helps other people. It helps the world. Only if you take the opportunity. And just by learning stuff about it, it can help expand what you already know. It can make you take action. It can be the kickstart to what you need or to get you back on track. And so that's who it's for. That's who it helps. Let's talk about the whys of Lionsgate Portal and it peaking today on 8/8. There's 4 foundations that I feel are the whys of why is this important. It kind of also, to get anywhere's better in opportunity and chances, you kind of have to review how you're your own problem. You know, everybody will be quick to be like this and this and this, these external challenges. When it boils down to, there are a lot of what feels like external challenges, but it's more your own accountability of your mindsets, your beliefs, and your story you've been telling yourself for way too long. So it kind of makes you also that guiding light shines on where you are holding yourself back, and give yourself a chance to hold yourself accountable and say, this is how I've been the problem. Lionsgate Portal is all about you looking at you and your blocks. So in order to get that inner power back, you have to be able to identify your own blocks. And it doesn't mean you have to shame yourself, get engulfed in the like victim mode or pity party or the funk that you've been in. Just honor it, accept it. It is what it is, and move forward with a very good plan of action. The second part of that is that forward movement that it offers as an opportunity, because many people before today, coincidentally not, have felt a little stuck or lack of movement. And this energy of today, let alone Mars had just went into Gemini, which is going to give you forward movement again in certain parts of your life. But this helps you to identify where you're stuck, to do something about it, so then you can continue with that forward movement in whatever area of life. The third one is guidance. This energy brings a lot of guidance. Think about the things that have randomly been coming to your mind. Think about your dreams. Think about I call them the light bulb moments or the aha moments. Now, if you are still on society's hamster wheel of life and super busy and doing way too much and your mind is on fucking 1,000, you may not be able to identify these moments as clear as some people who actively have more balance or meditate or have the slowed down pace that are more productive. You need that to be able to kind of connect those internal dialogues and the insights and the aha moments that have been happening within these last few weeks. Extra clarity has been coming to people's minds. I know I've connected all of my own personal, and some people have a hard time identifying what that looks like for them and how it presents, because it's not the same for everybody. And extra signs. There are signs every single day around you. People need to tap back into seasonal patterns, animal-like patterns, and the nature around us. There are signs every single day. But during Lionsgate Portal, and especially today, when the energy peaks, you are going to have more extra signs. And lastly, it brings extra manifestation power. So manifestation starts in your mind, right? And a lot of people are like, oh, I just got to think it. I just got to believe it. You do have to believe it. But you know what you need to do? Because a lot of people are like, I'm going to write down my manifestations. Writing is definitely good because writing holds a lot of power. They are your spells, which are good intentions of what you want for you in your life. That's it. But that in order to actually manifest, you can write down every single month something on a piece of paper until you fix your energy to become a receiver of what you want. You aren't going to get that manifestation. That's a misconception that so many people spread. I think of the full moon and new moon ceremonies, and everybody's like, write your manifestation list. What about working on your energy? What about consistently getting energetic services such as Reiki, crystal light sound therapy, quantum healing sessions that help you to fix your energy, to raise that frequency within you, to be able to receive and say, thank you, universe. Because that's when universe blesses you. Not everything is a blessing. You've had to do the work and come so far and answer correctly to God, higher power, universe, highest consciousness. All those things are the same. I like to use different words because everybody's going to identify with something different. Not everybody is a holistic like me and sees things from many angles, that knows those connections automatically. And so when you become that frequency with today's energy, and you work on that moving forward from today, you're going to be a better chance of receiving those manifestations. It may not come tomorrow. It may not come next month, but you do the work every single day and you maintain that frequency and you work on your energy every single day with your non-negotiables, you will get what you want. You can look back on certain things you've manifested and lists you've created. And if you're doing the work, I look back, my 10-year list was completed within 5 years. I just made new ones because I have accomplished everything already that I wrote. And some of the things when I wrote them, I would have never imagined that I got them. So nothing is too big. I believe go big or go home. And what this does is it's just kind of like an infinite possibility. Okay, but like I said, it's very important for me to keep reiterating. You just don't absorb this energy and just, it is. Everybody has free will of choice. So your choices, your thoughts, which are very important for today, watch how you're thinking, watch how you're speaking, and watch what you're doing. Because on a day like today, that's going to magnify in intensity that I just talked about and show you like you got to watch yourself. So there's infinite possibilities, but it's all on your action. Okay, it's not just going to happen for you. No one is going to do the work for you. You got to put that work in. It's also like a universal wake-up call. That's what I have a service that is called the wake-up call for that reason, because what a wake-up call from the universe is, and universe is constantly trying to give people wake-up calls. It's a call of action to take action. That's what a wake-up call is. To assist you in figuring out what you have to do to take that action. Then you take it, you see the changes. I have over thousands of clients that have had the wake-up call session with me. I've seen these people create beautiful things in their lives over the last 5 years. All right, now it's also a consciousness manifesting energy. It's also known today's date specifically within that window of time to be a higher connection between physical earth, where we are, and our spiritual realm. And the spiritual realm is the next realm that we all go on to. Call it heaven, call it with God, call it space. It's a higher frequency. So our angels and our team of spirit, not only our loved ones who have passed on, but we have spirit guides, we have angels, guardian angels. They are with us down here on earth a little bit more during this period. I have felt certain people who have passed on from my life heavily with me these last few days, giving me those aha moments, giving me those light bulb moments, giving me those extra signs the direction to move forward. And you've got to be able to pay attention to this. Without balance, it's hard to pay attention to it because you're so distracted if you're on that hamster wheel of society. So in order, what do we got to do? Take action. Let's talk about taking action. Some of the outcomes from taking action, you'll gain more self-love, deeper transformations and healing in your everyday life, closure to certain things you need healed, transformation within your mental body, your physical body, and your energetic/spiritual body. And you're supported by the light codes. And so what do you need to do? What do you need to do? I would start off with reviewing your own energy and where you are, what are your blocks? Because let's face facts, before you can say people, places, and things, I want you to think of your behaviors, your attitudes, and your beliefs. Let's peel back the beliefs a little bit. Everybody has been programmed since childhood based on their own parents. For example, one of them that's very common is money doesn't grow on trees. That will be ingrained in you so much that you adapt and adopt a self-limiting belief that causes financial lack in your storyline. And you've got to say enough is enough and change that storyline. So your beliefs create this story that your subconscious mind tells yourself every day until you realize, what are your self-limiting beliefs? What are the storylines that you've been saying over and over and over because you're programmed? These are the type of things that we discuss in my coaching program, and the individuals do the work themselves to get over. Because it's about accountability. Going back to what I first said, realizing where you're your own problem, we tend to be our own problem. And that's when you look at how you're the problem in any situation, whether that's within yourself or other people, you can gain so much to be able to help you to undo that. And so, as my grandmother would say, it's like a swift kick in the ass from universe to say, hey, take some accountability, but do something about it, because universe is supporting you. They may give you some really harsh reality checks and challenges to get to the other side, which is joy, freedom, happiness, and peace, but it's always supporting you. It's not meant to hurt you or harm you even more. And that's where people get engulfed in the ego and like victim mentality. So it's a swift kick in the ass to check yourself on your patterns that have been reoccurring for way too long, the cycles that you have done over and over and over, and you're fucking sick of it. You got to get tired of being tired. Number 2, to get out of the pity party that you've been having for yourself. And these may not all apply to you, but check your own boxes. I'm not calling you out, universes. Number 3, the funk that you may have been in, because leading up to today, I've been saying to my clients, my audience, my people, that energy, especially those that have gotten natal charts with me, that the energy has been and going to be intense until the end of the year. This is how it is every single year. So if you do kind of schedule your life based on the seasonal patterns of life, you're going to have a better time next year to like face it. Although there are certain different energy patterns and each year is a little bit different, this is the same stuff over and over and over, guys. So that's why it's so funny to see certain people like, at this time of the year, I'm always like this. I'm always like this. But once you check yourself and kind of like, you can step out of that funk and see a lot clearer. Because you are stopping yourself. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. Yes, there are certain challenges that make it harder for you. But if you're somebody who's saying, I can't do this, or the words you're saying actually speak that like it's not possible, you're creating that. You're doing that. So focus on you, your self-limiting beliefs, the language, aka the words that you use every single day. Start checking yourself and your storylines, okay? Because when you're choosing a good life, to be in your highest authentic self and what you want out of life with good intentions, of course, that requires courage, okay? Courage goes back to Leo season. Lions are usually courageous and have a lot of confidence. Where does Leo fall in your natal chart? For me, it's in my communication and it's in my love, my Venus. Those two areas of life I am really, really confident in. And it's not natural for some people to be confident and courageous and to take action. So you look to peers, coaches, mentors, resources, tools to help you help yourself to become courageous, to take that action, to take those leaps. Because in order to get to the joy, you have to have challenges. And that Leo energy does that. That Leo energy is supportive of having courageous energy. Some of you have maybe felt more productive or wanting to take action more than you usually do during this time period. That's one of the ways I can connect how you would feel in alignment with the energy and what it stands for. I think that's all I have to say on today's energy. The peak of the Lionsgate portal that's been happening since the 26th of July, going to the 13th of August. So what do people do on today? Everybody does things differently, okay? So I'm going to list some things. You could literally just take in a piece of knowledge and then move forward with it. You could watch your thoughts, words, and actions a little bit more today. Or you could go into some advanced practices, saying positive affirmations, listening to certain frequencies like I have on today specific for Lionsgate portal. You can go have an energy service done. Use candles, incorporate candles and your thoughts. You can write your manifestation list. You don't want to list what you want to get rid of or your blocks. I've heard a lot of that, and that is absolutely not what you want to do. So there are some people who spread the wrong things, and then people hop on this train, and that's why you got to know who your credible resources are. But I want to challenge you guys to this. I want you, some of us have been doing this since the 26th, but if you haven't, it's okay. You heard it now to inspire you. I want you to write 8 things that you really desire for you and yourself. Make sure it has good intentions. The reason why is good, because universe will correct you if it doesn't have good intentions. And sometimes what you think you want or need is not within the divine plan. And that is another reason for another video that people don't end up getting their manifestation, because that may not be what was meant to happen. Everybody changes the course of action based on their own free will. So maybe it was a part of your plan, but the other person, if it involves another person, they change the course of path. So you just got to worry about you. So write 8 things starting today that you want for yourself and focus on those 8 things moving forward to the rest of the year. Just those 8 things. So I want you to get super specific, super niche about yourself. You deserve the world. Do you hear me? You are worth it. You deserve that. And if you feel stuck and you don't know how to get there, or you don't know how to believe in yourself, or you're really, really in a low place, or you just need that power or that kind of extra credit to like validate what you know you're supposed to do, book a call with me. What type of call would be appropriate for that? Let's talk about that before I end the video, because I've had a lot of people reaching out and I've assisted in this last week of my service work that I do within my purpose. And it makes me so happy to show people that you do know what you need or what to do, or confirm what they already knew just based off of a word I said, some advice I said. And so the type of call that would be beneficial to you, if you're somebody who kind of struggles with believing in yourself or trusting your intuition or knowing what action to take, that's okay. There's a lot of people who will just preach, you know that, to a certain extent. And people are able to ask for help. And one way you ask for help is helping yourself. Book that call, book that appointment, book that session with whoever it is, even not me. There's many practitioners, coaches, mentors, therapists, all of your tools that universe has for you. available. So my website is going across the screen. The service that you would book is either a wake-up call, your natal chart, or an energetic reading. My psychic readings are booked out. My psychic readings are something completely different. And for me to connect with spirit. So that is not really going to, there's a long wait list. So I would suggest, I'm going to be opening up some extra time in my books for 3 specific services only. The natal chart, the wake-up call, and the wake-up call is really powerful. I'm really suggesting the wake-up call because the wake-up call goes through where I'm going to walk you through. You end up knowing what you need to do, and then the action's on you. I can't help anyone actually do the action. I just show you what you need, actually show you that you knew what you needed to do, but by booking the call with me, you helped yourself. And when you help yourself, universe rewards you. So go ahead, book your calls if you feel called to. If not, I hope you found this information insightful and helpful moving forward in your healing journey. Get your energy right. Go consistently work on you and your energy to help the world become a better place. Lots of love and light.